was this creepy guy that clearly did not belong. And against my better judgment, I let him do a tarot reading for me. And the reading was awful. It was negative. It was horrible. And anyway, the next day I was home. I was doing my yoga. And in my mind's eye, all of a sudden, I just saw him lighting a black candle, very soulless, lighting this black candle, saying these incantations. And then I just felt this rush of negative. Oh, it's just too creepy. I can't even think about it. But this rush of negative energy came in, and then there were these dark spirits, and it was really overpowering. It took me 3 days to clear this energy. And then it attacked my best friend, so we had to spend another night together clearing it, and then it finally left. And I'm not going to tell you what happened to this person. What comes around goes around. It was pretty ugly, but I'm okay, and that's what I wanted to just put out there, that I survived it. I'm fine. I learned a new lesson. I got stronger. Nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. But people really do that. And there's a lot of crazy people in this world. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the top spiritual protection and psychic self-defense practices that I know, and how to open up to spirit safely. So this is Adam, and here on the Medium channel, we bring you the spirituality behind the message to help you with your awakening. God helps those that helps themselves. We cannot help but to be connected with our fellow human beings. We share the same source. We're all connected. Things that go on in the society affect us. People affect us. And yes, aligning with spirit is your first line of defense. Prayer, affirmation, and all that stuff is really good. But let me just count some of the reasons why. Why do we need to be psychically safe? Why do we have to be conscious of that? Let me count the ways. Let me see. Well, there's people do black magic sometimes, or the wrong use of will. I mean, you can find spells on the internet, or like in a garbage can, you can find a book on magic. Some other ways you can pick up negative energy just from day-to-day encounters with people. You cut somebody off driving and they shoot you meanies, that kind of a thing. If somebody's having a bad day at the supermarket and you feel their energy, and then you just feel a little bit off for a while. Sometimes people can get very jealous of you and send you negative energy that way. Or sometimes people, and this happens a lot, where people desire to manipulate you and control you. I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, we need psychic safety more from people and humans than anything. Nothing in the cosmos, like spirit, the universe, is a friendly, benevolent force that we're all part of. But people lose their way. They get separated from who they are as source, and that's how they become negative, and that's how it can affect our energy. So psychic vampirism is another way. Yes, people can actually drain your energy. Things that are going on in the news, things that are going on around us, people get fearful. And when people are in survival mode, they can be very, very ugly. And they can do things and project energies at you, negative energies that may affect you if you're not doing the things that they think are going to keep everybody safe. There are negative spirits and entities. Again, we want to keep our vibration high, but they do exist. There's programming. And at the end of the day, I mean, there's other reasons, but I think you get the idea. But at the end of the day, it's really our shadow aspects that make us vulnerable. Now I'm going to count down from 11 to 1 my top psychic self-defense spiritual safety techniques. And if you're enjoying this video and you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel and being part of this community. And if you hit the bell icon, then YouTube notifies you as soon as I release something new or do a free live event. So number 11 is basically psychic shielding, any form of putting protective barriers around you. Like spirit mirrors is a good example, where you visualize mirrors pointing outwards, and that deflects negative energy. With the power of the mind and intention, you can program your energy fields through your visualization to do that, and with practice it can be very powerful. And other things, people surround themselves sometimes with golden circles of protection, or just visualize shields and stuff like that. I'm putting this at number 11 rather than higher up on the list, because I do acknowledge that we're all connected, and people are going to affect us. We're going to affect other people. That's just the way that it is. So yeah, I would augment these techniques with others, but they are very effective. So number 10 is using things like crystals and gemstones. Crystals have power, they have energy. You have sea salt around you, crystal grids and stuff like that. That can offer you an extra measure of energetic safety if you feel that there's negativity around you. Number 9 is cord cutting and implant removal. And what I mean by that is when people try to manipulate and control us, what's really happening energetically is they're sending etheric cords from their vibration into your vibration. So there's an energetic pull. And that's why sometimes it feels uncomfortable when somebody's trying to talk you into something, why it just feels yucky. And if and it can also show up as what we call an implant, like almost like a portal of somebody else's energy stuck in your energy fields. So there's definitely some safe and effective ways of removing them, and you can even go into meditation, visualize a pair of scissors, and in your mind cut them. It's all intention. That's all that all of this stuff is about intention and about empowerment. The stronger you make your vibration and your energy, the stronger your intentions will be. So number 8, I would say affirmations, protective mantras, things like that. Sound vibration. Sound is very powerful. Sound changes the electromagnetic frequency around you. It can keep you safe when faced with negative energy. 7 is something that I call spirit doors. And I have to give Jen Bergeron, a good friend of mine, a shout out because she taught me this technique. She's a shamanic healer. And basically what you do if you know or you sense that somebody's trying to get into your space or trying to harm you or manipulate you, you get very relaxed. All these techniques are predicated upon you clearing your mind, going into a meditative state, vibrating at a higher frequency closer to spirit. That's how these are all going to work. So in this technique, what you're doing is you're just saying to yourself, where's the person energy? Oh, it's over here. Then in your mind, imagine you close the door, bolt it, lock. And then is the person anywhere else? Oh, over here, close the door and bolt it. I had some crazy person from my past catch up with me, and I know that person was sending me negative energy. And I started to do this, and it was very effective for me. So number 6 is doing certain ceremonies or rituals. I mean, it could be like Wicca or magic or Native American or Catholic or Christian, whatever that it is. But lighting candles, doing ceremonies, things like that for protection and safety are very effective. Number 4, oh, did I say number 5? That was number 6. Okay. Number 5 is vibrational clearing, like doing like smudging, using sage. They actually found that sage smoke changes subtly the electromagnetic quality of the air, similar to the way a waterfall does. Sea salt baths, stuff like that. So using vibrational clearing techniques, smudging, Palo Santo, sage, stuff like that. Number 4 are violet flame techniques. And I became a big believer in this years ago when I had a teacher that I swear he wasn't right in the head, this person. He was probing my energy. I felt it. It was uncomfortable. I instinctively visualized purple violet flames around me and his head snapped back like right at that instant. I became a big believer. Saint Germain techniques, violet fire, ultraviolet fire techniques. These are very effective cleansing, clearing, and shielding techniques that you can use. Number 3, prayer. Prayer is really, really powerful, right? Maybe prayer should be number 1, but I put it at number 3 on my list. Invocations, working with the archangels, things of that nature. So the power of prayer, the power of intention, and the power of bringing higher vibrational spirit guides and angels to you. Very, very powerful. Number 2, grounding techniques. And this is really, really important because a lot of people are very psychic and sensitive, which means that you're in your upper chakras a lot. But the thing is, if your roots are not strong, you're much more easily affected by other people's energies or just at the whim of the vibrations around you. You really want to develop your lower 3 chakras, especially your root and your sacral chakras. Like the trees, the white pines blow down in the storms because they have shallow root systems. The maples, oaks, and birches withstand the storms. So that one I can't emphasize enough. Grounding, do that every day, especially if you're more empathic and you feel things. You don't want to sacrifice that ability, but you don't want to be overwhelmed by other people's energies. Doing regular grounding will really, really help. And number one, drum roll. Number one, reprogramming, shadow work. I explained this in the beginning. Remove that illusion of vulnerability. If we really believe 100% in our hearts and our beings that we are safe, very little, if anything, is going to be able to get through. I have a bonus technique also, but I wanted to tell you guys that it's Spiritual Safety Month here on the Medium channel, as well as for Spirit Mind Family. That's our inner core group. So I wanted to invite you to the family, and it's our membership program, and I share exclusive content where I'm going to go more in depth and give you some technique work as well. But here on the Medium channel, we'll have a couple of live events and, of course, this video. So the bonus technique is this. Just develop oneness with Source, oneness with Spirit, oneness with God, oneness with the quantum field, that field of energy, whatever you want to call it, where all time exists, all possibility exists. And a great way of doing that is developing what's known as heart-mind coherence, heart coherence. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, amongst others, talks a lot about this. And the thing that you can do as a daily practice that's going to help not only with your spiritual safety, but with your awakening and opening and unfoldment in general. It's just 10 minutes a day. Get nice and present. Start to do long, deep breathing. Inhale love into your heart, into your body. Exhale, release negativity. But then really focus on the heart. Energy flows where attention goes. So put your attention on the heart and really feel compassion. Feel the heart open and feel compassion. That's not pity. It's not even empathy, even though that's part of it. It's compassion. It's an acceptance of the suffering and a desire and a willingness to do your part to make it better. You can't really explain emotions with words, but that's the best that I can do. Really feel that for 10 minutes. Just feel compassion, just powerful emotion, love, compassion, gratitude. Just 10 minutes a day. That's going to make a huge difference in everything that you do in the spiritual arts, including spiritual safety. So that's what I got for you today. We'll put a few goodies on the end screens for you. We have another video on violet fire techniques, another psychic self-defense video. So check those out too. And we'll see you at the next video. Aloha.